Rude. Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with another haul. So I did it again. I thought I was going to be so good. I've been so good the last few months. December was a little bit bigger, but that's because half of the books that I showed you there were Christmas gifts, and I thought November I was going to have like 3 or 4 books to show you, but no, I have 11. I have 11 books to show you. Really, it started off being great until my husband and I went out on a date one night, and we ended up in a Books A Million, which, if you don't know, is like has the carts outside where everything is under like $5, and then they have a section inside the store where everything is significantly cheaper. So yeah, at least I remembered to write down Chris's books this month because I did not do that last month. But I just have some fun ones to show you. You'll notice there is definitely a theme with these books, but let's just get into it. I'm excited about these. These are gonna be some good ones. So the first one I have to show you is one that you have already seen because it's in my February TBR, and that is Bringing Down the Duke by E.V. Dunmore. This is a historical fiction romance book, and I had my eye on it for a long time. I learned about it first on Haley and Bookland's channel, and I was out with some friends and we went to this library that I'd never been to before, and they had a gift shop. I've never heard of a library have a gift shop before, and it's like one of those museums in like Washington, D.C. or something. But they had a gift shop of a bunch of books that either they were trying to get rid of or something, and they had them for significantly cheaper. This follows a girl named Annabelle, who is one of the very first female students to ever attend Oxford University, and she is charged with finding an influential man to join their women's suffrage movement. And so she has her eye on this Duke. But this Duke has other plans for her. So I don't know what that means, but it looks like a super fun, fluffy romance historical fiction, and I am so there for it. So now we're going to go right on into all the books that we got at Books A Million. And the first one I picked up was this Norse mythology book, Tales of Gods, Sages, and Heroes. I'm really into like mythology at this moment. I don't know why that's like my thing, but like I'm really, really into mythology. So this one I picked up on one of the, racks outside, and it was like a whole $4 maybe, but it's literally just the myths of Norse mythology, and I'm so excited. This is one kind of area of the world that I don't know a whole lot about, except for like what we see in modern day, which is like Thor and like that kind of stuff. So I want to know what like the original is. I'm just very, very excited. So obviously this one went straight into the nonfiction TBR jar because I have no chill. The next one is one that like my favorite purchase of the month, and that is The School for Good and Evil, number 4, Quests of Glory by Somen Chinani. This is one that I know, I'm not even kidding you, 0 about, because this is the 4th in the School for Good and Evil series, but it's like split up into 2 separate series in one, so like the first 3 books follow one thing, and this starts like a separate story, because these are called the Camelot years, and so I have no idea what this book's about. I have no idea because I don't want it to spoil the 3rd one for me. So I purposely am not looking at it. I have guesses based on the cover and like the Camelot years part, but I don't know. If you don't know what like the original series is about, I've talked about it so many times on this channel. First one follows 2 friends, Sophie and Agatha, who live in a town where every X amount of years, I can't remember exactly what it is, but however X amount of years, 2 kids are stolen from this town and taken away, and no one knows what happens. But the kind of theory and rumors are that one is taken to a school for good and one is taken to a school for evil. So these 2 best friends get taken at the very, very beginning of the first book, and Sophie thinks that she's going to be good. She's been prepping her entire life to be this good person, and Agatha just wants to like be left alone and hang out with her friend. But they end up going to the opposite school from what they think they should, and shenanigans ensue. But I'm just very excited, and now I have my hands on it so I can continue, and it's a good day. The next 3 books I'm actually going to do together because they're all kind of part of the same series and by the same author. That is Charm, Beauty, and Poison, all by Sarah Pinborough. Now these are kind of retellings, wicked retellings of princess stories. So Poison is Snow White, Beauty is Sleeping Beauty, and Charm is Cinderella. Now these are like super thin books, but I think they're gonna be fun. I really enjoy retellings. I really enjoy kind of the from the villain point of view as far as retellings go. Now, I don't think that these are from the villain's points of view. I think these are just kind of showing that the protagonist in all of these stories is actually kind of wicked. So I don't know, but I'm really excited about these. I think these are going to be really fun. All right, the next two I'm also going to do together because they're by the same person, they're part of the same series, and they're very similar to the last few that I just showed you. And that is As Old as Time and A Whole New World by Liz Braswell. Now these have been circling forever. I don't think that Liz has written all of them. I think there's another author in there, but these are two that Chris and I picked up. He was really interested in the Aladdin retelling, and I was really interested in the Beauty and the Beast retelling. So we both picked up one to see if we would like this series and if it's kind of worth investing in. This just sounds like something interesting, and like I said, I'm obsessed with retellings. And the Aladdin one says, what if Aladdin had never found the lamp? And the Beauty and the Beast one says, what if Belle's mother cursed the beast? So I'm really, really excited. This one was mine out of the two, if you will, but I am excited to read both of them. But yeah, so we just picked up these two to try them out. The next one I know like zero about because it's one of the books that Chris picked up, and that is Head Ball Coach by Steve Spurrier, My Life in Football. It's literally a memoir by Steve Spurrier, who's a football coach. That's all I know about it. It was one of the books that Chris found outside on the racks for like $2 or $3. I know nothing about football. I'm just going to put that out there. But he was really interested in this one. So this is another pick that we have added to our library because Chris is very excited about this one. The next one is also one that we picked up for Chris because it was in that aisle. And I'm kind of intrigued by this one, but I don't know if you would classify this as nonfiction or fiction. I'm like leaning more towards nonfiction. That is Black Man, White House by D.L. Hughley, an oral history of the Obama years. Now, D.L. Hughley is a comedian, so this is a very comedic approach to it, but it's literally told like a play where you have each person's name and then like a section that they're saying. I'm going to classify it as nonfiction because I believe everything that's in this book stems from real life events. It's just kind of like the comedic approach to it. So I'm actually pretty intrigued by this. We did pick this one up for Chris, but I don't know. I'm wary about this because like I'm not even quite sure what it is or what even to think about it, but it just seems like a fun comedic look at the first Black president. So I'm intrigued by it. And the very, very last book that I have to show you is the one that I got in my owl crate. So I'll make sure to link above the unboxing that I did of that if you would like to see the full thing. The book that I got in that box was Scavenge the Scars by Tara Sim. Now this is the owl crate cover, but if I can find, there it is. This is what the normal cover would look like if you were looking for it in stores. But it's basically like a Monte Cristo retelling. It sounds really, really interesting. And it's one of the books that at the end of last year, I was looking at things that were coming out in the new year, and I was just focusing on like the first few months. And this is one that grabbed my attention. And then I'm not even kidding you, like the next day I learned what the January theme was going to be, and they talked about the book, and they said it was a Monte Cristo retelling, and I was like, oh, it's got to be this book. And it is, and I'm so excited. And I'm very, very intrigued to see where this story can go, because it seems like a very big YA fantasy that has a lot of like revenge plots. Very intrigued. Alright, so those are all of the books. Rude. So those are all of the books that we picked up in the month of January. Pretty excited. Like I said, I have a theme of retellings for some reason. That was like the go-to. So apparently I'm in a mythology retelling mood. Who knew? But let me know if you've read any of these books, if there's anything that came out in January that you were just so excited to get your hands on and want to read. I would love to broaden my horizon, as always, with some of your favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you liked this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to be part of this awesome growing family. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!